Mickey. Hey cactus friends, so we've had 3 weeks in a row of shopping videos for cactus and succulents, and now we're back to our regularly unscheduled program of cactus seedling updates. So we are at 11 months of our whole series of a lazy way to grow cactus from seed. I'm using my old camera again that actually has zoom, because I think zooming here actually matters. As you can kind of tell, nothing has really changed since our last update. I was supposed to move these guys out into the shade house, but after that disaster with the birds, the thrasher, everything that had to be rearranged outside had to be put on hold. So these guys are still sitting indoors, and my outdoor area is a disaster because I'm trying to now rearrange things because I have managed to fortress my shade areas to the point where the thrashers are no longer getting in. It's been a week now that they have not gotten in, so I'm gaining confidence, which I'm hoping I don't regret, that I can go and rearrange things and not have to worry about them coming in and destroying stuff. So changes from last time, not a whole lot really. I'm still using the shade cloth to kind of reduce the intensity of the light, the grow lights, and I just removed these for the sake of the video. The other thing that's a little different is I changed the water that I'm using to water the seedlings. Instead of using that acidified, where I'm adding vinegar to tap water with some light fertilizer, I'm now using rainwater. So I used to use rainwater on the seedlings, but then I had this fungus breakout, which I couldn't tell if it was because of the rainwater, because I don't clean the rainwater in any way, I don't treat it in any way, so it's just like roof runoff, which probably has all sorts of disgusting stuff in it. So I stopped using rainwater, but now I started to use it again just for the sake of trying things out. A number of you have left comments and like really detailed triaging procedures to try to find out why some of these seedlings are not doing well or stopped doing well, and you'll still see that happening here. And I basically have not done really much different than the last update. I just haven't had a lot of time to focus on these at all. I've been watering these now that it's getting cooler about once every 10 to 14 days. No idea. Basically these guys need to move outside, but I just don't have anywhere to put them. I will though eventually. So let's go ahead and take a look at how these seedlings are doing. Again, there's 2 sets of seedlings here. One of them was sowed in mid-September of 2022. The other one was sowed in late November of 2022. So for the older seedlings, we're at about a year and a month old, so 13 months old. And then for the younger seedlings, we're at 11 months. So at the end of November, I will do one more update on these seedlings that will cover 1 year on the series of a lazy way to grow cactus from seed. So let's take a look at how these guys are doing, and just like the past few videos, the sowing dates are on the back of these tags. So some of them I have facing us and some of them I have facing away, so we'll just do the best that we can. Let's see, let me just take a quick look. Oh, that doesn't even have a sow date on it. I know that these are the older ones. Yeah, these are the older ones. They were sowed in mid-September of 2022. Let's see how they're doing. Some of them look great, and some of them don't look great. These are the smaller ones. You know, a bunch of dead ones in there. It's okay. See, these are still kind of shrunken. I don't know if you can tell. Otherwise, like this is, you know, shrunken. That one's still, that's horrid spina, still very shriveled, shrunken. Some of you were giving me advice on what to do about these, like take them out of the pot, look at the roots and all that, but I just really didn't have much time with everything that's going on. I'm just going to rely on moving them outside to help them. These are all, besides this pot, everything else is Copiapaw calderana Lembeckiae var magnifica. Look how pretty that one is. Then we go to the smaller seedlings. Let me see if these are all, yeah, these are all the 13-month-olds. So You can see a wide range of sizes. That pot of little ones is doing pretty poorly. Okay, let's see what we've got here. These are all 13-month-olds. I think these are just two seedlings that were kind of intertwined in terms of their roots, so I didn't separate them. Not a two-headed one. Those are actually two separate seedlings. I feel like this one's doing really well, and it's growing too. Let's see, these are all 13-month. I still love this species. They're just so beautiful. Okay, now we're coming upon the 11-month-olds. These are the smaller ones of that group. Oh, it's looking okay. These are 11 months. These are 13 months. That Heseltonion is just barely hanging in there. And unfortunately, the tigrienses, which are the 11-month-olds, that pot's empty. I'll remove that pot. Now we've got the Copiapoa coquimbana KK1388. These are 11 months. You see, like, that color looks so bad, and it's shrunken. But its neighbor looks okay. These are Pepiniana varfedilariana. Still as purple as ever, even with the help with the shade cloth. This is back to Lembeckii. 11-month-olds, yeah. This is Copiapoa marginata. Very purple and stressed as it's been for, gosh, I don't even know how many months now. These are all 11-month-olds. This is Coquimbana. Not looking so hot. Not looking so hot either. I have older ones of the Coquimbana. They're outside in the shade house and they're doing way better. So I'm somewhat confident that when I move these guys outside after a couple months, they should do better. Now, the question mark right now is that it's almost winter. So I don't know how they're going to do. We'll find out. Okay, let's move on to the next two trays. All right, so here we've got more 11-month-olds. Like that one shrunken, a bunch of shrunken ones mixed with okay ones. Even smaller 11-month-olds. That one looks really good. Now we're back to the 13-month-olds. I only know because I can actually see the tag with a date on it. See, like it's a mix. 13-month-olds. There's my 3-headed one still hanging in there. 13-month-olds. Lembeckii, I think. Some of these are mixed Var Magnifica. Some of them are the KK70. KK70s. Really same species, but like different varieties, I guess, or even different localities. See, like this one, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty shrunken. Oh, that one's a good size. This is a 13-month-old. Like that looks so good. So nice and plump. It's just a mix. I don't know what to say about that. These look really good. And these don't look so good. And the last tray, Copiapoa desertorum. They look really weird. I don't know if you can tell in the color, but it's like purple pink. You need to go outside. Okay, these are 11 months old. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but they're kind of shrunken. Not too happy looking. That one looks pretty. Oh, this is one of my older seedlings. Look what the thrasher did to it. So annoying. This was sitting outside, so I brought it in to repot it, and then I just left it in here. It deserves A little extra pampering after what it went through. What in the world is this? Can you see that? It's so weird looking. These are 11 months old, so these are the younger ones. Okay, this is Megariza varichinata, so these are 11-month-olds. Not looking the happiest. And we're back to Lembechii. Oops. This is probably, yeah, Megariza varichinata. These are all 11-month-olds. Sorry, the grow lights just don't work well with the camera. Alive, but stressed. Now we're back to Lembechii again. These are the 13-month-olds. I think these two are the Megariza varichinata, so they're all mixed together. And the last row, these are 13-month-olds, Lembechii again. Look at that one. Oh, looks great. And here, right, that looks terrible. I don't know what to say about that. I'm hoping that by the time we do the last update, that we won't be inside anymore. And so what that's going to do is going to clear out all my indoor growing space, and I'm going to do some more seed sowing. And you can see that I've already started a tray. This one's got like a bunch of Neopoteria. It's got like Islaiensis in here. A whole mix of good and bad. Some of the pots are like nothing came up. Anyway, just trying it, right? Some of my grafts. Anyway, let's go outside and do an update. You enjoying the sun? Cookie? Hi. Enjoying the sun, huh? Good girl. Alright, so a little update on the whole bird destruction drama. So after that happened, where I recorded the bird getting into my little shade house here, what I thought was nicely fortified on my shade areas was not. Because then I left for a business trip, and my mom was here taking care of Cookie, and she said that those thrashers came back every day, and there was a pair of them, and they would come in here and poke at everything. I don't know if you can, you can't see this, but they would just come in here and make a mess, poke everything, and then my parents like tried to temporarily block them out. So after I returned from my business trip that weekend after, I spent like the entire weekend adding stuff like this, because they would just go, I had a different shade cloth before that would go all the way to the ground, but the thrashers would just go underneath that shade cloth. So I put this down where they cannot push through, and I did it. This looks really bad. I'll make this, better looking later, but I just needed to hold them out. Otherwise, I basically can't grow anything. And so I did this to pretty much all the sides of the pergola. I also found out that they could squeeze through. Let me show you an example like this. They can squeeze through that. And it may look like it's closed like this, but they know they can push through it. So they were getting in and out like that as well. So every little space that I saw like this, I have done something to keep it so that they cannot get through. Like this is really hard for them to get through now. They need at least 2 to 3 inches of clearance. So I did that all the way around, and now it has been a week since I've seen any signs of them getting in. I don't think they can get in. And I see them hanging around. They've been actually wreaking havoc on my plants that are in the ground, unfortunately. So I wanted to thank everybody who watched my bird destruction video and left condolences and then ideas on deterrents and how to keep those birds out of my growing area. I tried a whole bunch of the deterrents, everything from buying shiny things that were designed as bird deterrents and hanging them all over the space, to putting barbecue skewers like sharp side up to work as bird spikes, to throwing window screen over my plants. I had the fake owl in here. I even had a fake roadrunner in here. And they were completely unfazed on all those deterrents. I even tried leaving them food out in the landscape, like away from these spaces, and I would go and watch them eat from the bowls and then come into my pergola and then make a mess. So since then, what I decided was I was going to stop using any more resources on deterrents, because deterrents are not guaranteed to work. The only way is to try the deterrent and then see if they come back. But if I put all my efforts into fortressing my space, then it is 100% guaranteed that if they can't get in here, then they cannot destroy my plants. So because that's guaranteed, I just spent all my time, money, effort on fortressing. And the good news is that it's working. Like that time that I basically spent the entire weekend last weekend putting up all this like poultry net and everything to stop them from getting in. And they're not getting in. It's been a week and they haven't been inside, so thank goodness it's working. But this is what I did with my shade house after that incident, because what they did was I only had 3 clips before, and at the bottom they knew that they could just go through it like a dog door. So this is clipped up so well that there is no way that they can push through. But let's go inside. The annoying thing is that because this is clipped up so well and everything is blocked off like this, Cookie can't come in here anymore to check on her plants on her own. I have to be out here to open this. And when this is clipped up like this, it just stops me from wanting to go in and out because it's such a pain to undo the clips and then redo the clips. But it's either this or destroyed seedlings. Okay, so it's still a disaster in here. You can see the mess is still here. But I have managed to repot all the seedlings that I could find. So these were a lot of the guys that we found sprinkled all over the floor. This is a pot of a lot of the beheaded plants, and they're past saving. I think these are all past saving. Looks like some of these aerial carpets are not doing so hot either. Darn it. Some of these bigger guys are okay. Yeah, so I did manage to repot them. And then, let's see. So we're getting into that really tricky time of the year when we're transitioning from one season to another. And the weather here has been extremely confusing. Like, pretty much last week, it's changed into like fall clothes, turning off the air conditioner in the house. And then now it's like in the upper 80s again, and tomorrow it's going to be in the 90s. It's so confusing. And, these plants, as soon as I saw our overnight lows reducing, I have already decreased the watering frequency, and I'm actually being extra conservative, maybe going a little bit too long without water, because last year I had the opposite issue where I wasn't paying attention to the temperature change, and I was continuing to take care of them like it was the hottest time of the summer, and I lost a lot of plants in that time period. So I'm kind of swinging in the opposite direction and maybe being a little bit too conservative with the water. But what did I want to show you is the last pot of seedlings of the 11-month-old, which is this Mammillaria Quetzalopochlei. They're so small. They're so cute. But they're still alive. And I moved these out into the shade house a while ago. They really like the heat. They like being outdoors. The other thing I wanted to show you is that if you remember a moment ago when we were indoors and I was showing you my 11-month-old Copiapoa Coquimana KK1388, and they're all shrunken and really unhappy. Well, here are some of the older ones that are outside. These were a completely different batch. They were sowed, gosh, in like January of last year. But these guys were also looking like those ones indoors where they were shrunken and just really unhappy. And then I moved them out here and they're doing way better. Way, way better. Let me see if I have any other ones. Oh, here's another one. This is Weganectii. This is another pot of seedlings that were shrinking and just not looking happy indoors. And then I moved them out here and they're all plump and looking much better than before. And that was true for many of these seedlings. So there's something about being outdoors, possibly because of the temperature swings from night and day. Anyway, we'll never know, because to do a thorough scientific investigation and trial and error takes a lot of time. So I hope you enjoyed this update. We will be back at the end of the month for the series finale of the A Lazy Way to Grow Cactus from Seed series. And I have some other videos in the works, so stay tuned for all of that. And talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Look how pretty that is.